good. How about you?
Same crap, new day.
Are you in, what state are you in?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Didn't you guys get like some major storms this week?
Not in our area. I mean, some areas did, but we didn't.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. We pretty much, we're at the outskirts of it. We just got light rain in our city, but not too bad.
Well, that's good.
Oh. So how's everything going since the last time we've chatted?
Pretty good, pretty good.
We actually, we had a listing appointment, or well, it was more like a listing interview. And the husband said, I thought my wife was going to call one of those we buy houses cash people. And Shawn was like, well, we have a program for that too. But once we told him the price that it would be, if it met all the criteria, the wife was like, oh no, I'm not selling for that. So it was good that you gave us the heads up about it.
Yeah, because then it alleviates that thought in their head, allows you to move forward with them instead of them saying, well, I'm going to go look into this whole someone else buying this house for me, and then you never hear from them again. So it allows you to stay in that door, talk to them how it works, say, hey, this is what you're going to get from any other person as well, so you may as well just move forward with a traditional sale with us.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Did you get that listing?
Not yet. They're actually getting a divorce, so she wanted to show all of the contracts to her attorney.
But I did talk to her yesterday. She said she wanted to move forward with us. So.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Good. So having that guaranteed offer thing in your back pocket to know how it works really helps you probably solidify that one.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Good.
We would have been looking like, what?
No, we don't do that.
we don't do that. We don't know how much. We don't know how a program works.
Right. That was right on time.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So did you guys actually build out the program where you can advertise it?
No.
We got to work on getting some investors that are on board with it.
Okay. Have you been asking around and talking to investors?
No, honestly, I haven't. I've been kind of gun shy. Just to be straight up with you.
What?
I know.
What? You all of a sudden become scared to talk to somebody?
No, not scared. Just
gun shy is just another word for scared.
Well, okay, all right, yeah, sure. You know what? It's like I like rolling things out, and I just didn't have it. I just didn't have it all rolled out. That's all.
I still never take you for the guy that would all of a sudden become gun shy on something.
Hey,
Christina, you're gonna have to go and do it, and I'll shine him on that one.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you reach out to those investors and say, hey, I want to, let's schedule some time, let's get together, a cup of coffee, maybe a lunch. I want to sit down with you, kind of go over a program that we are doing right now that could possibly give you guys good opportunities to buy houses that absolutely need no work.
Yeah.
Right. And would you be interested in something like that? Right. And they're going to say yes or no. Oh yeah, that sounds intriguing. And you're going to schedule an appointment. Right.
Yeah.
And then you're just going to sit down and you're going to just lay it out. Here's how it works. When you just got to ask them, you know about what iBuyer is, right? Have you heard of it? Right. And if their investor hasn't heard of it, then you can explain to them what iBuyer is, right? How it works through Zillow's program and how Zillow's buying houses for 85 cents on the dollar, right? And that they're making these homes contingent on home inspections, and they're making the sellers do all this work before they'll purchase the home, right? And Zillow does it, I think it's like a 1% fee, and so they end up getting the house, and then Zillow puts it right back in the market. And because the house needs no work, they're going to sell it quick and they're going to make a quick profit. Well, what we want to do is we want to offer that same thing to potential sellers that we come across who would have general interest in using the iBuyer program. Why let Zillow get a piece of that pie when we can do it and offer you that piece of the pie instead? Right?
Yeah,
yes,
that's good.
This relationship is contingent on you guys working with us. We would have to be the agents that resell the property for you and putting it on the market, right? You can't use another realtor on this one because we found a deal, we sell the deal. And that's it. That's really all you got to talk about.
Right. Okay.
Right? I said, I tell them, just imagine a $300,000 home, right? If you're making $15,000 on a $300,000 home, that's $45,000, right? $45,000 after cost of selling. We're going to take 6%, right? And any other general costs that you have, I mean, you're still probably going to walk away with a quick $25,000 after all your expenses for doing absolutely nothing but making an offer.
And that's what I needed to do. I needed to do the math on it so that I could present that.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's it. I mean, and you'll let them know, hey, at the end of the day, if we bring the deal to you and you review it, it doesn't sound like something you want to move forward, no harm, no foul, right? But if we bring you good properties, we do want you to be we do want you to commit to these properties if they are meeting this general criteria. If you're going to continually reject offers that we bring you, then you probably won't be the investor for us. We need someone who has capital and is willing to do these when they arrive. Now, the benefit to us is obviously we can get this property and then you get to resell it and then we make money still, right? As long as you're reselling it, there's no charge on the purchase of the home, right? We're making the money on the sale. Right? If you can do a buyer agency agreement and put that there's no charge. And then boom, there you go. Now, if they say, well, we just want to take that property and rent it out, then I'm going to say, hey, then we're going to have to charge you 1% because we need to make something off of doing this deal. Right? So hey, if you're just going to take this property and just rent it out, then we have to charge 1% or 1.5% commission to you that you have to pay for us to actually write this up. And in your contract too, you got to also make sure it's very clear that they can't go behind your back and try to purchase these homes without you once they know that those are possible.
Right.
It's all about protecting yourself.
So that almost makes me think about like that, like on a purchase agreement, we have like that period put in there, and we'll put the like 6 months or something like that, or a year sometimes, that they can't go back and
right.
Or they owe us compensation basically if they do.
Correct. Exactly. So this way now at least you're protected against any potential situations that arrive with working with that investor. And to be honest with you, if you capture a great investor, I mean, they're not looking to burn anybody. They're just looking to make quick money, right? And if they're looking to burn people, they shouldn't be in the investment game because all you're going to do is damage relationships. And then and then eventually what you should start doing is saving up capital or get out there in the meantime, start trying to make relationships with hard money lenders. Most investors don't go through traditional lending to purchase flips, right? They go to private lenders who have money to spend and they make points back for how long it takes them to get their money back. Right? It's not a 30-year loan or anything like that. Typically, they have 6 months to get that property sold. Otherwise, the hard money lender can take the property from them because they still put liens on houses that are flips, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually, if you build relationships with private money lenders, and eventually you can cut out the investor and start doing it yourself. Right? Buy those homes for 85% of the dollar, and you make the 45K.
Right.
Right. That's a real sweet deal.
Oh yeah, exactly. You know, it starts to add up if you can get a couple of those a year. Right? If you gotta remember, 4% of people purchase homes through iBuyer right now that just sell them at that price. I mean, that's a lot of people. So that's,
Right.
it's a small market share, but if you think about 4% of a million homes sold, that's quite a bit. Right?
Right. Right.
So
Right.
it's actually 40,000 sales, right? 4% of a million is 40,000. Right?
Yeah. It's real. I mean, it's real. Like you said, it solidified it just going on that listing.
Mm-hmm. So when I asked you about it, right? And you can see that it does actually cross people's minds because people advertise it. Investors got signs in the houses, we'll buy your house for cash. What they don't know
Yeah.
about that is an investor won't buy those. We buy your house for cash investors. They're not looking for, their mindset is on to looking for houses that need a lot of work so they can flip in. You know, they never even thought about this type of scheme or how I
Right. They want deep discounts.
correct. But once you explain to them, hey, why would you want to keep purchasing deep discount homes and put it in do 60 days worth of work? It's going to cost you more money on your points with your private money lender and all that fun stuff because it is going to take you time to flip that home and get it ready before you can put it back on the market. So at the end of the day, you're still going to make more money doing it this way. You know, you don't have all these contractors you have to deal with and all that stuff, right? The
Right.
reason why they buy homes for 65 cents on the dollar most of the time is because they need to have room in there for repairs.
Right. For major repairs.
Mm-hmm. Now, they won't purchase homes that have mold issues. They won't purchase homes that have foundation issues. They won't purchase homes that are in floodplains. And they won't purchase homes that are in a luxury market. And that's all laid out in your criteria that you give to the seller as well. Right? To say, hey, your home doesn't meet our criteria because it doesn't fall within these points. Zillow does the same thing. They buy houses at certain price ranges, and they can't have anything significant to the property unless the seller is absolutely willing to put $20,000 into a basement and repairing all the walls. And that most sellers can't do that if they're only taking 85 cents on the dollar.
Do you know the price ranges? I'm gonna have to look that up too, because I
Okay,
saw.
So first
Go
off,
ahead.
the United States luxury market $650,000, right?
Right. So
That's
we want to be under that.
that's the luxury market in the U.S. But also too, you have to look at what is your market, you know, because in our market our luxury starts at 500,000 because our average price range is $180,000. Right? So in our area, we do 100,000 to 500,000. Right, that's our cutoff. Right, we don't do anything over 500. So you have to do a little bit of research, know what those numbers are, because you need houses that they can put on the market and they can sell right away, not something they can have to hold on for a year. Because that's at that point they're not going to make any money.
Right.
Right? Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to be able to make the profit quick, you know, especially because they're already cutting into their profits by only have 15% to work with instead of 35% to work with. Right? It's just that idea of quick burn.
And say that again. The internet kind of slowed up. You said what percent? What was it?
Yeah, typically an investor, the investor calculation, basically, like I said, is 65% of 65 cents on the dollar is what most investors work with. So when they go in there, that's 65% all in. So now if there's $30,000 in repairs, they're only going to offer $30,000 if there's 35,000 repairs. Because their all-in price can exceed 65%, and they'll sometimes go up to 70% if the property is something that they really, really want, right? So,
Right.
70%. Now that's 30% left over, right? Instead of working with 30%, they're now working with 15%. So it's already cutting into profit. So at 30%, if they have to hold the property for 6-7 months, it's not hurting them. At 15% after the commission, right? If they're holding the property 7-8 months, that's really starting to narrow the profit margins down to only making a few $1,000s, and that doesn't make sense for them, right? They don't do this to make $2,000. They do this to make 10, 15, 20 grand.
Right.
Make sense?
Right. All right.
Quick sales,
It does.
quick money in the pocket. You know, there's not an investor in the world that doesn't understand that stuff. You know, some won't, and it's okay if they don't want to do it. You'll find two that are willing to do it, or even one that's willing to do it, because there are smart investors out there to be like, hell yeah, I want to do this.
Right. Right. And I saw it was on the website. How else did you deploy the marketing for this?
Well, okay, so the website, for one, you can do videos, right? You can do videos talking about it. Are you interested in selling your home and being able to sell it without it touching the market? Does that intrigue you? Then, you know, stick around in this video. We're going to explain how our guaranteed offer program works, right? So you can do that and then a video, or you can just do a landing page, right? Click here to find out more about our guaranteed offer, right? They have to give you their information, and then you can then have them do a market analysis to see what their home is worth, and then reach out to them and say, hey, for us to talk about this program, we actually have to get in your house to see if you qualify, right? The whole point of all of this is always about getting in the door. You never give them the details over the phone.
Okay.
Right? You don't say, hey, tell me about your house and we'll see if you qualify. No, you got to get in that door, because the face-to-face relationship is what's going to solidify if you're going to get that listing or not. Kind of like what happened.
Right.
So same thing for the video ad. We're not going to say what all the criteria is.
Nope. You'll just talk about, you'll just say, hey, so what does it mean to get a guaranteed offer, right? We're going to be able to purchase your home, right, based on certain criteria. And what that means for you is you'll be able to sell your home fast with avoiding showings, open houses, and all the hassle of just crazy negotiations back and forth, and then having to wait for all of the things that happen in the transaction to fall in place for your home to sell. If you want to avoid all of that, give us a call today to talk about our guaranteed program in more detail and if your house qualifies.
Gotcha.
If you give them the details, they're like, oh, my house doesn't qualify at all based on what they just said. They're not calling you.
Right. Okay.
Right? And then anything you do when you have restrictions, you always got to have the little star at the bottom that says restrictions apply. Anytime there's any type of restrictions that someone can't get something, you always want to put in the advertisements, restrictions apply. It protects you, right? Against them saying, hey, he's false advertising.
Right. Do you suggest deploying these videos like on Facebook, Instagram, that kind of setup?
Instagram, you know, you can even do a short one on TikTok. By the way, do you know TikTok is heavily watched video platform? There's realtors on there right now. They're doing gangbusters amount of business because of how huge it is.
Okay.
Only thing you gotta remember, TikTok doesn't take any videos more than 1.5 minutes.
Okay.
You gotta be well oiled if you do a TikTok video to get what you want out very quickly and accurately without, you know, people wondering, oh, I need more information, right?
It's like Twitter. It's like the video Twitter.
Basically, yeah. Same thing. Instagram's a minute, right? Typically, before it has to go to Instagram TV, right? So the one thing about Instagram is if you start the video and it goes past a minute, it has that option now where it says, "Do you want to continue on Instagram TV?" It just says that to the people, and they press yes, right?
Right.
And then the video continues into Instagram TV.
Right.
You don't have to worry about trying to get it into a minute on Instagram, because if you're signed up on, if you're connected with Instagram TV, it's automatically going to transfer the rest of the video there.
Okay.
And then obviously put it on YouTube, right? Put it on your Google My Business page, right?
Okay. So
And
just
then
kind of get it.
all about pushing people to those platforms, right? Run ads on Facebook, right? Boost a post through Ads Manager. Don't hit the boost button.
Right.
Right? So Jared's been talking about this because Jared's been spent so much money on advertisement. He's finally got a Facebook rep that they deal with. Facebook rep actually told Jared that pressing that boost button, and Facebook has known this for a long time, does absolutely nothing for you. If you really want to boost a post properly, you always do it in Ad Manager. You look for engagement, not just boosting it.
Right.
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 And then you just push it, right? And then you can retarget people, right? When you do video views, right? When you do a video, Facebook is really good at tracking video, right? People who watched that video, and then I would retarget those people who watched that video with a actual landing page on Listings and Leads or something that says click here to find out more information about how the guarantee offer program works and if your home qualifies.
That's really good, because now we did set up the pixel and things like that when we did the listings to leads. So we noticed that we have been getting some views on our seller videos that we put up. We did the seller videos that you told us to do. We were kind of catching up a little bit, so we had to do that, but we did. And I mean, the first one we were getting like 76 views over 3 weeks, and now it's like we put it out, we got over 200 views like in the first 10 minutes. So the audience is building.
Good. Oh no, I thought Steve was coming. So yeah, the video views is huge, especially because video has a 750% viewership rate over a general post. Right, your videos are 750 times more likely to get viewed than if you had a still post. Just think about it.
Wow.
It's huge, right? That just tells you how much people prefer video over anything else, right? Which is crazy why more agents are not doing it.
Right. Well, we've been doing it. We've stuck to it. I mean, we time blocked, and
good.
We've been doing it every Wednesday at 1. We put out a video, and same thing. We're actually creating videos that we're going to use specifically for our clients right now. That's the videos that we're using. Like we're explaining, basically it's almost like a listing presentation. Right now we kind of put that in a video, and now for people who like the lady who is interested in listing with us, now we can like send her little pieces of that video just as a reminder, and to the SOI and everything, just reuse that content basically.
Good. Well, the other thing is too that so you're doing educational videos, which is good, but you should also be doing interview videos with your people in your local market, such as restaurants, barbers, police department, fire stations, aldermen, all that fun stuff. Because those are also big boosters to business right now, because people generally want to work with someone that they feel knows more about the market than the other guy, right? Market leaders right now are the dominating force in real estate business. right? Because consumers want to work with someone who not only knows how to sell real estate, but actually generally loves and supports their community, right? That's millennials. Millennials is, you know, they're taking more and more control of the market every single year, right? You know, most millennials are in their 30s now.
Right.
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 They're now moving. The older millennials are selling their first homes. The younger millennials are now buying their first homes, right? So the largest generation born in the U.S. is now buying and selling.
Hmm.
You know, and they're slowly starting to overtake the baby boomers in the real estate market.
Wow. Interesting.
Right. So, and they rely heavily on that stuff, right? You know, if you're not environmental friendly, good luck with a millennial.
Hey, I did have a question back to the iBuyer program. Do you happen to know typically who are probably the candidates for the iBuyer? Because we notice everybody, it's on a lot of people's mind, but who typically would you say may be the candidates for that, just to maybe target a little bit as well?
You know, there's no real data on that.
Gotcha. Okay.
At the end of the day, it's just really going to come down to its mindset more than anything. You know, if they have a mindset that, hey, I just got to get rid of this fast because I just don't want to deal with this,
Yeah.
that's ultimately who's going to do this program, right?
Okay.
I would say people who are relocating for a job are probably going to be high targets because they have to turn these things over very fast, and going through relocation programs, you know, they're really going through this, they're really getting about the same money through a relocation program,
Right.
but with a lot more hassle.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I mean, those would be good targets. It's estates, people who get homes because a parent died, right? They might need to turn and burn those things really quick because they just don't want to deal with it, right? It's not their money
Right.
anymore, so they don't care what they get as long as they get something.
We've heard that. They just want a cash buyer. That's true. But just want cash.
Some divorce situations would be that way as well, right? We just want to get this done and over with because we just want to go part ways and I never want to see the prick again.
Right, right.
The faster I don't have to see their face, the better, right?
Right, right.
Those could be other potential candidates.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. And at the end of the day, you know, I mean, there's no, like I said, there's no true data, but in my mind, that will at least be some type of consumers I would think would consider it more.
Right, right. Okay. So basically, what we're doing is we're just tucking it into with our other offers, just to get that phone ring, just tucking it
Yeah,
in with the other
exactly.
offers. That way, if we make the other offers and it doesn't appeal to them, maybe that one will give
Yeah,
them.
at the end of the day, if you go to that house and they're like, okay, so yeah, how, and you go and say, based on everything that we see here, your house does qualify to get a guaranteed offer. And they're going to be like, okay, great. So how does that work? Well, my investor's going to come through and they're going to take a look at it now. And they're most likely, they're going to make an offer that's about 85 cents on the dollar. And right at that moment, they're going to be like, oh, okay, no worries. Let's go ahead and move forward. Or they're going to be like, oh, I don't know about that.
Okay. Okay. Right. That's what they pretty much did.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Yep, exactly. And then if you have any indication that they probably are leaning really, really, really heavily towards the iBuyer program, during that meeting, I would say, okay, based on this, your home does meet the criteria. Let's have our investor come through, and then they'll make an offer. Because sometimes when there's an actual offer in front of them, they might just take it. So you got to really pay attention to the body language as well as if you're going to tell them what the offer is going to be or not.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Makes sense. You can use
Right. Don't shut it down if it's a potential for them to really take it.
Yeah, exactly. If there's an actual real life offer right in front of them, sometimes you're just like, I wasn't really wanting to do this, but you know what? Let's just do it. I want to get it over with since it's here.
Okay. That's something good to think about too.
Yep.
It's true. It's true.
All is, like I said, this program is all about getting the phone to ring. It's different from other things. Everybody does. I'll sell your home in 90 days or I'll buy it. Everybody does that one, right? If I don't sell your home in 30 days, I'll sell it for free. Everybody does that one. Right? Those are gimmicks too that make the phone ring.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, we gotta put it together. I appreciate you filling in the gaps on it.
Well, that's the purpose of talking about this second time around, because the goal here is if I didn't go through this right now and you just said, okay, now let's just go to some new topic, you'd have been wondering, hey, what do I do with that still? I don't know.
Right. Exactly.
The goal now is to build it all out, right? Get out there,
Yeah.
start talking to investors. At the same time, I would start building your own relationships with private money lenders as well. Because eventually you're going to cut out that investor and you're going to implement yourself into that program.
Right.
You buy the house, right?
Yep. Exactly.
Okay. Anything else?
What you got? You got nothing?
And then if you got nothing, then I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
All right. See ya.